Hello and welcome. Have you ever generated an image with AI and just kind of thought, this is fine, I guess, but it could really belong to anyone?
Well, that feeling actually has a name. It's called the personalization gap. And it's basically that space between an image that's technically correct and one that feels like it has a real identity. The thing is, this gap, it exists by design. You see, AI models are trained on these just massive amounts of data, right? So their default setting is to create the statistical average of everything they've ever seen. So in other words, they're pretty generic by default. But what if you don't want the average? What if you want something that's uniquely yours? Well, to close that gap, the solution is actually surprisingly direct. You just have to give the AI specific personal information to work with. And trust me, closing this gap is way more achievable than most people probably think.
Okay, so how do we actually do it? Well, there are basically three core ways you can transform your AI imagery, turning those generic outputs into something that feels uniquely yours. I like to think of them as these really powerful creative tools.
All right, the first one, and this is maybe the most striking approach, is to use your own face. Yeah, you heard that right. AI models can actually learn your face from just a small set of reference photos. And once it knows you, you can generate consistent images of yourself as a character, putting you in any context or style you can possibly imagine. Think about it. You could create a professional headshot for literally any scenario, all without ever needing a photographer.
Okay, the second approach, this one is all about your brand. Now, if you've tried this, you know maintaining brand consistency can be a huge challenge, right? That's because every single new prompt you write basically starts from scratch. So the solution is to give the AI your specific brand rules, and this part is absolutely crucial, a visual anchor. And you have to do it every single time.
And this leads to a really, really important point. Here it is. Reference images are just way more powerful than descriptions. I mean, showing the AI your brand style with an actual image, that is by far the most reliable way to get consistent results. It's like it calibrates the AI's output to your world, not its own generic statistical default.
So the third approach really builds on this whole idea of using visual anchors. You can use your own space or your own product. For example, you could upload a few photos of your office and then generate these super realistic lifestyle shots of people working in your space. Or you could upload images of a product and then see it in just countless new settings, all without having to do a single photo shoot. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, so this is all really cool in theory, but why does it actually matter? Let's make it practical. We're going to look at a really high-value application for this, creating a professional digital avatar. Think about a traditional headshot for a second. It's static, right? It's locked into one setting, one style. An AI-generated avatar, on the other hand, is completely dynamic. It can be photorealistic one day, illustrated the next. You can place it in any context you can dream up, and you can update it whenever you want a fresh look. The versatility you get is just incredible. And you know what? Creating one is surprisingly straightforward. You're really just combining the different approaches we've been talking about. So you start by uploading a few reference photos of your face. Then you add your brand's visual style specifications. And finally, you just describe the new context, the style, and the mood you're really aiming for.
So that's the key right there. It's the combination: person, brand, and context. That is the formula that separates truly personal, professional content from all that generic AI output. See, personalization isn't some kind of magic trick. It's just about giving the AI explicit, really well-structured instructions every single time. And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Thinking about your own work, which of these three approaches, using your face, your brand, or maybe your space and products, which one do you think would have the most immediate professional value for you?